All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Mr. Squirrel. We're going to be doing a little bit of some review of Zenless Zone Zero. I thought an interesting thing would be to do as a pre-Anni analysis of the tier list and my predictions on how it's going to change looking at Pridewind. And again, Pridewind does an amazing job on these lists. I think they put a lot of work into it. I know people have disagreements, but nobody's ever going to agree on a tier list ever. So that's not a big deal. So one of the things that the first thing I want to start out is just kind of like looking at who they have in tier 0, tier 0.5, and then we'll look a little bit down here, my agreement, my disagreements, and then talk about how I think it's going to change moving forward. So they have Miyabi, Lighter, Trigger, and then Astra all in the tier 0. I agree with all of these. I don't have Lighter, but the things that I've seen him do are very good. Um, and so I think he's phenomenal. I think Trigger is an absolutely amazing character. I actually think she kind of hard carries S Ambi a little bit. Astra Yao, I'm just gonna say overall, I think she is just probably the best character in the game. I know that's kind of like I think she is carries everyone that is on her team. The thing that so yeah, she is in a tier of her own. I do agree with putting Caesar below her. I don't like if I put Miyabi and Yanagi together and then I had Caesar, it is nowhere near as good as having Astra. Like Astra just blows these two up to a point where it's insane. Caesar's very good with both of them, for instance, but still not anywhere near as good as Astra. Caesar works well with a lot of teams. Caesar is very comfortable. I think she's a very comfortable character. I can see. So they move Lycan up because of Lighter and then Ugo, because these two synergize beautifully together with him. So you have this like really nice little stunner combo. It's also a unique team, so if you have running these three together, you're kind of freeing up other agents because you're not really going to. Yeah, I think it's that I agree with. I think bringing Lycon up is good. Mine's not the most built. It might be a project I work on. If we look over here, so I don't have Vivian, I don't have Ugo, and I don't have Evelyn. I have Ambi, Bernice, and Yanagi. I don't know how much. I mean, I can see Miyabi does so much damage, but I feel like Yanagi and her are kind of almost a pairing that you can't. I mean, you can separate them, but I feel like by separating them, you're creating. I don't know. I agree. I mean, I do think that Miyabi is way better than Yanagi, but I personally just enjoy Yanagi more than I enjoy Miyabi. Um, the one thing I will say that originally it didn't seem like that big of a deal, but it's why I love running Caesar and Bernice together, is because Bernice is not very dodgy. She has to, I mean, she doesn't have to stay in place, and a lot of times she's just going to be on the field very shortly. But I have found that she can get hit in the time that she's building. Granted, you can dodge, but then if you don't do the double burners, like the double flamethrower versus the single flamethrower, it takes so long to build her gauge up. So I find like I have to stay in place to do both the double burner, so that way she's not out super long, and then I can get back to the other character on field DPS. Um, but towards that end, then you're kind of running into this thing where she can get hit, and that that can hurt you. Um, and so I think Caesar really pairs well with her in the sense that she's giving her that what where Bernice has an issue, which is just getting hit that few times. Caesar's shield really kind of protects her during that time, so I think these two are a really good placement. Um, my Lucy's not super crazy built, but I do agree where she's at. I think she is a phenomenal character overall. I can't really comment too much about Vivian. She seems good, but seems very similar to what Bernice is doing as well. I feel like these two are kind of doing similar things, just with different elements. Um, I mean, I think Vivian just might be a wee bit better, but I don't think there's much of a difference. Is why I didn't pull for Vivian, because I have Bernice. I don't really need her. Um, Kinyi is really good, but the thing with her is this is the issue that she has. She's an on-field stunner, which means that she's going to be on the field the majority of the time. I have found that Kinyi plus Ziyun and then Caesar is actually a really good team. I like that team actually because then the shield helps protect Kinyi, but she also has a lot of different ways to not get hit, but it does add a nice little safety layer to her, so I do like that. The one thing, okay, so the one thing I do disagree with is Jane being in tier one. I know people, I think Jane is phenomenal. I was kind of glazing Jane in an earlier video. I think the defense that she has along with her offense and her just the smoothness of her gameplay, I think she's actually tier 0.5. I don't agree with this placement. Um, I agree with these placements. I don't really play Harmasa that much. Yeah, the rest of this, yeah, these are, we're getting into the standard characters, of course, but I don't agree with this placement. I do agree with Zion because she's so, like, you need to get, like, she works when the boss is stunned and then pop off of her again. And she's not really doing that much, though. That's my issue is that, like, she's doing damage, but it's like you have this small window. And if the boss recovers super fast, then you're SOL with her. Um, so I want to talk a little about who I think is going to change though with the introduction of the anniversary and uh, Yuan and Panda. So I think Nicole is actually going to lose a lot of value with the new Rupture agents because Nicole's whole purpose is that she does a massive defense down. Well, the new Rupture agents don't need defense down. I actually feel like Nicole is going to drop off in the sense not that she's not going to be meta, but I don't think she's going to be as used with Rupture because I have a feeling Rupture going to be kind of like this new, very popular thing for a while, and I have a feeling she is going to actually drop down and create problems. Not problems. She's just not going to be as used. On the same hand, I think Pulchra, again, notice here, if you have her M6, is actually going to skyrocket up. Because she just doesn't really. Because right now, what's happening with Pulchra is she is directly competing with Trigger, and Trigger is just better for um, Aftershock. And but here's the thing: is if you have M6 Pulchra, she doesn't need Aftershock anymore. She's not just buffing Aftershock; she's buffing all damage. And so once you get someone that wants on-field time, plus that wants a stunner that's off-field, but can switch in every now and then, she's going to be, I think she's going to glow up. And I think she's going to have either be tier 0. I think she's not going to get the tier 0. I think she's going to probably be tier 0.5. If that is my prediction, I think what's actually going to end up happening is these two are going to switch. And Pulchra is going to come here. And then Panda, I mean, Panda seems good. I'm I I'm having a feeling just for the sake of placement, they're going to put him in tier 0.5, and I also think that Yuan is going to be put in tier 0. Based on what they've said about her, she's a Void Hunter level, which means guess what? They're going to be right here. I don't think she's going to power creep Miyabi, but I do think she's going. I honestly, the way I look at Yuan is that she is literally just kind of an advanced version of Jane. She's like a Void Hunter version of Jane, even though she's not a Void Hunter, but she's a like Void Hunter level of Jane. So I think we're gonna see this kind of bump up here. I don't think we're gonna. I mean, Astra's very good. I don't think we're gonna see changes. I think Yuan is gonna be very unique in the way she operates because remember, the thing with Astra, and I don't. She's a good teammate for everyone, but I don't know if she's gonna be the best for Yuan because she's giving an attack buff. Yuan wants HP, lots and lots of HP. She scales on HP. So I have a feeling we're going to be seeing some more HP characters. They tend to buff these characters in unique ways. Um, but the other thing I really want to highlight about this too is if you look here, folks, we don't have a lot of supports. Like there's just, look how many like attack agents we have. We have so many, right? So my point is I've been saying this a lot for newer players too. I think you get two really good DPS. Astra is rerunning in. They've already Astra is rerunning now, and so I would really encourage you before you get Yuan to go get Astra. She is legitimately an account changing character. She will make your account better if you have her. She can make. She can legitimately make these characters good. Like, I honestly think you run Billy plus, I don't know, Nekomata and then Astra, it could work. I don't have Nekomata, so I can't do that. But my point is that is there even a physical? I mean, maybe, but we don't. Okay, sorry, I'm digressing. My point is that she can make any character she's with very, very, very good. She will change your account. You can literally run 4-star DPS and she will make them very good. Um, and so with that, I'm really pushing people. You should really summon for her first before you do anything else. I know it's gonna be like new character. Oh my god, get her first. and then worry about U1, because then you can also just run. But I will also say, if you are summoning and you're very new and you're just starting out, you can just go for U1 because I think her team will be very contained in that banner. Like it will have everything you need, and so you don't really need to um, really think too hard about your build. This is why I also think Polker is going to go up a lot because she's just getting a flat damage bonus, and even though Yuana scales off HP, she will be a phenomenal character for her because again, she's at M6 just giving a flat 30% damage boost. So she's going to be an absolutely wonderful character. Like Astra, Caesar, all Nicole, like attack buff, defense down. These in for Yuan do not synergize with Yuan and what she needs. So these will not be good characters for her. They so not that's strong language. They won't be the best in slot characters for her. So I mean, I was thinking, could you run Rena M1 Rena? Maybe. Um, the other thing is that we're getting a selector. And so I figured in this video I can just quickly go over the selector. If you don't have M1, I'm even going to click on them, and even in Pride when they highlight this point. If you look right here, her M1 is a massive upgrade because it doubles the time. It goes from 5 seconds to 10 seconds for her buff duration because she sends the two like dolls out and they stay in the field and they increase your pen ratio, yada yada yada. If you don't have M1 Rena, go get M1 Rena. The next character, so then I would recommend, if we're looking at this list, I'm trying to look. So notice this is the highest character on this list that is from the standard banner. And if we keep scrolling down, then you've got Kaleda. I mean, if you don't, I would recommend if you don't have a character, go for that. Kaleda's not bad. If you're looking for an on-field non-limited uh, oh, you know what? I'm a Goomba. Here's Lycan. If you don't have a stunner, go for Lycan because we know what's her she is getting Ellen's getting buffs. So you might have her. Go for Lycan if you don't have him. And then if you do have Lycan, then I'd actually just start recommending getting um, Mindscapes for ads for Soldier 11. And the reason is because right here, this M2, I'm actually going, because I have an M1, just because I've pulled her before, is when triggering fire suppression, basic attack, dash attack, and dodge counter increased by 3% up to 12. That's a 36% damage boost, and she just spams her basic. So this is a massive boost on top of, I'm going to just show her build real quick. The brimstone, which is her signature, and that just, so if I can show it, this is just giving her increased attack for 8 seconds. You pair with a fire, what's this one right here, this, and you pair this when someone has fire, they get a 20% crit rate increase. So you don't really need crit rate on her because this set boosts her crit really well. So that's my 2 bit on, I would go for her. And then in terms of the let me see if I can find it. W engines, okay. So let me see if I can pull up, if I can isolate the standard banner ones. Give me a second. Okay, I'm just gonna run through these. So you have the restrained. This is for stunners. This is Lycan's. This is a good one. If you're going for Lycan, make sure you have the restrained. It's very good for him. The brimstone's really good. Is Soldier 11's. That's very good. Steel cushion is Nekomata's. I'm trying to see whichever. Then there's also, I'm looking for the support one, the Rena's. Uh, feel quick to change time. No, that's not it. Where is it? Dash attack. Weeping Cradle. Here we go. While all field energy regen increased by yada yada yada. She doesn't really need this. So I would recommend the restrained. It's a kind of a universal one, and also if you have trigger, this works really well with trigger too. The brimstone is a decent one. I've pulled this thing so many freaking times it's not even funny anymore. I think I have 3 of them. I just keep pulling that darn thing. I would really recommend, if you don't, just go for it. Depends on which one you're going for, but I think the restrained is a very good one if you don't have it. Brimstone's good too because there's so many attackers in the game. The Weeping Cradle, I mean, it's a support one. While all field energy regen increases, attacks from the equipped enhance the squad's damage struck by blah 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 by up to 10, 12. So for 3 seconds during this period, the effect further. So let's say attacks from the equipper enhance the squad's damage. This might be a really good one. Because this is triggering because she's off field. So if you have like an off field attack support, this would be a really good one for whoever you have. Um, yeah, I don't know. I really do think you should just either go for the restraint is like the big one you should really go for because stunners are always needed. But yeah, that's pretty much my 2 bit on what you should be kind of thinking about, how I think the meta is going to change. So just a quick recap, what I think is going to end up happening is I think Kinyi is going to go down. I think Poker is going to go up. I think Yuan's going to be here, and I do think that Panda is going to go here with Nicole getting bumped down. In terms of DPSers, I would not be surprised to see Bernice. Nah, Bernice is really good. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know if they're going to bump people down. I don't think it really matters that much, to be honest with you. Even Jane being tier 1, it's like, whatever. I mean, there's not, play who you like, right? Right now, we don't have hard enough content to really differentiate these things. I don't think tier lists really matter that much. This is just kind of like my general insight into what I think is going to happen. But other than that, folks, that's pretty much it. And again, remember, failing is just your first attempt in learning.